Welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. There is an ongoing fight between the Gachagua-led team through Kalonzo Musyoka and the Kindiki Geoffrey Ruku-led team in the last year's Mbeere North by-elections, where Leo Wamatende was declared the winner of the parliamentary by-elections last year. The case was filed in court. Don't mind about the background noise, because I am the village. That is why you can hear the hens and the cows. So don't mind about them. I'm in the village. Now, the petition that was involving Leo Wamtende's win is at the Embu High Court as we speak. And the Kalonzo team, Kalonzo said they are going to file a petition. The Kalonzo team, which is Gachagua-led team, is confident and argues that they believe Leo Wamutende bungled the election that saw him be declared the winner with a margin of less than 400 votes. There are some core issues of the petition which I have read today. The petition was filed by the voters, and it is heavily being supported by members of the opposition, primarily seeking to nullify Leo Wamtende's win based on several grounds. First ground, they argue that there were discrepancies regarding his official name and identity as registered with the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC. Number two, there are allegations that the candidate did not meet the integrity standards required for public office under the Kenyan Constitution. Before the voting day, you heard that his name had been mentioned in a KEMSA-related scandal that was worth millions of shillings. The petition alleges instances of voter bribery and other irregularities that reportedly compromised the fairness of the by-election. I personally closely followed the elections in Mbeere North, and I was here updating you each and every unfolding scenarios. At 6 p.m., there was violence meted on innocent people who were guarding the opposition side. And at this point, it is alleged that it's when ballot papers were stuffed and election was stolen in favor of Leo Wamatende. As of January 15th, 2026, the Embu High Court has officially begun the hearing of the petition. And you know, the petitioner's stance, according to the document in my custody, they argue that the IEBC should have disqualified Wamutende before the polls due to the name controversy, and that its gazettement as a member of parliament should be overturned. Wamatende is alleged to have used different names. The name that was in the voter register is not the name on the ID card. That is according to the argument from the petitioners. From Wamtende's side, they have maintained strongly that he won an election fairly and that the petition is a politically motivated attempt by the opposition to try and overturn the will of the people of Mbeere North. He recently stated in court that he did not rely on government machinery but on individual support. The court's decision will seek to determine whether a fresh by-election will be held or if Wamuthende will continue to serve his term. Listen, the people of Kenya. All of us have the history of Mbeere North. We all know that Mbeere North has all along voted on local support. What do I mean? They have all along been voting in support of a local party. You can go to history and search. They have always supported a party from the Mount Kenya region. And this is the time that they are supporting a national party that does not originate from the Mount Kenya region. So people are asking, there were state machineries on the ground. Wamuthende claimed yesterday, was it yesterday or recently, that he never relied on state machinery for his win. We also, with our own eyes, the Embu governor, who doubles as the UDA national chairperson, campaigned publicly for Wamuthende. We saw the cabinet secretary for public service, Geoffrey Ruku, publicly campaigning for Wamuthende by foot. And in fact, alichunga kura paka usiku during the voting day. We saw with our own eyes the second most powerful individual in Kenya constitutionally, that is the Deputy President Kithure Kindiki, personally walking and taking tea with residents campaigning for Wamuthende. We, all of us, saw with our own eyes the likes of Wahome, Alice Wahome, on the ground campaigning. So let me ask you, ladies and gentlemen, the four, do they qualify to be state machineries or they don't? So when Wamuthende says he never relied on state machinery for campaign, actually I rarely saw Wamuthende hold his own campaigns. I rarely saw. The people I saw on the ground campaign ni hawa nimetaja machinery ya serikali. They were heavily funded to a tune of millions of shillings to want to make sure that Gachagua doesn't win an election. They were there with our very own tax that we've paid. I saw GK cars fueled by our own cash. I saw police officers guarding them, being paid by our own tax. So Wamuthende cannot stand to defend himself that at no point he never used his state machineries to campaign. That is a white lie. All we wait is to see how the courts will decide on the case. God bless you. See you in the next episode. Asanteni sana.